Hello and welcome. Today is the Wednesday before Challenge Wanaka. My flight leaves tomorrow. This morning I went for a swim. I went and saw my chiropractor, Sindra, for one last adjustment. It really helps my nerves, make sure they're all working, and make sure my muscles are firing even when tucked up in the aero position. I also went for a bike ride, tested my bike, my new bike. Shout out to Scott and Hooker Cycles for hooking me up. And big thanks to Carl Smith for lending me his race wheels because my disc hasn't arrived yet. Anyway, you join me now as I have to pack this bike into this box. First up, wheels off, pedals off, handlebars off. Did lose a bolt inside the handlebars, so here's me fishing that out. Seat post had to come off too, and also the rear derailleur. I have put an old stem on here to stop the forks from dropping out. Pro tip. Okay, it fits. Now we've got to get everything else in the box, but it's looking quite tall. I'm going to try to put the lid on and see if I can make it all fit without crushing anything. Forgot something, as usual. Time to open it back up again. Let's see how much it weighs. Noah? 23.5 kilos. 23 is what I'm allowed, but I think it should be okay, I've arrived in Wanaka. I'm just here at my homestay. The kind old couple who are hosting me already had dinner ready when I arrived. So that was great, that was yum. So I've had dinner and I'm about to go for a 30-minute jog. When you put a bike in a box, you've got to build it back up on the other side. So here's me doing that in Stan and Elaine's garage. Here's Stan, he's lending a helping hand. Thanks for that, Stan. Yeah, all went pretty smoothly, just the opposite of putting it in the box. Alright, bike is built. Just on the way to the supermarket. Guess what I'm gonna get? You got 5 seconds to write a comment. That's right, I'm getting rice. And I don't know, a few other things, probably lollies or something. Carbs only. It's Friday morning. On my way to get my bike checked, to the pro briefing and the group shakeout run. What a beautiful place this is. It's race morning. Got my breakfast. Feeling good. Let's go. Heading down to the race now. It's an hour before the start. it's cold and it's still really dark. But yeah, it'll light up by the time we start, and the cold won't bother us while we're racing. I hope, at least. I'll just have to tuck in behind my helmet on the bike so that I don't get cold in the wind. Yeah, it's quite calm, no wind yet, so flat swim. I don't know if that's better or worse for me, but yeah, the plan is to just go really fast from the gun, try and not take anyone with me, try to get on my own. But yeah. Okay, race done. Really good swim bike. I pretty much swam the whole way at the front. The guy I was with, he took one turn. So not all the way, but it was just me and him. We had a pretty good gap. I don't know what the time splits were. So yeah, good swim, got on the bike and did my best ever power for that time. 3:26 for 2 hours and 8 minutes. It's a tough course, it's never really flat, it's always up or down. So yeah, I did like a good performance from my perspective on the bike, but I didn't gain any time on Mike and Fred on the bike, so they biked just as fast. I think even a couple of seconds faster, but I'm still happy with how I biked and swam. And then the run time was quite slow. I felt like I was going alright, but just looking at the time, it was not a great run. I could feel cramps coming on in my calves already in the swim. Could feel it on the bike too, and then once I started running, they really hit, but after a while that kind of came right. And then yeah, once Jack caught me just before the end of the first lap, I lifted the pace to match his, and I felt really good. And I stayed with him for a couple hundred meters. I was amazed at how good I felt. But then the stitch hit me, and I drastically slowed down. And I was still dealing with that when Mike came past me, so I couldn't respond. And then he was gone out of sight, and then that slowly came right, and then I got back into a rhythm. Not running as fast as I was with Jack, and then I guess Freddie picked it up in the end as well, and he came past me 3Ks to go. I couldn't match him, so yeah, fourth in the end. Yeah, not the result I was hoping for, but I think I can be quite happy with my performance. And yeah, just I guess the others had a good performance today too, so that's what it is. It gives me confidence. My performance today, especially my swim and bike, because I was at the front of the race on the swim, whereas when I'm in a higher profile race with faster swimmers, I'll be swimming faster and putting in less effort. So then I'll have a bigger gap coming out of the swim, and should even be able to extend that gap more on the bike because I'll be fresher and potentially have people to ride with. Yeah. So that was my race in Wanaka. Big thanks again to Scott and Hooker Cycles for the bike, and Carl Smith for lending me the wheels. That was a big help. Thanks to Lake Taupo Chiropractic for getting me all tuned up. Shout out OxyFit. You would have seen all the clothes that I've been wearing. I really like those. And the race suit, of course. It's very fast, looks good. Shout out to Arena and Pub and Grub. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.